Okay, so we should pull up the assignment.
Election spending.
Someone should text Laura and be like, "Hey, Laura, we're in the comments right now."
Yeah.
Hey, Laura, we're meeting right now.
In case you want to.
0 viewers.
Dang it.
We had that one day, and then when I mentioned them, they
I
left.
wonder who it was.
I really don't.
They got all
We
on
see
it,
you.
like, I'm out.
No, you don't. No, you don't. You see nothing. That's funny though.
Let's see. File open.
All right. Well, this will be fun.
The only question I have in the homework is H and I of question 6.
Did you watch the videos?
Yeah.
Where he did H and I?
Did he?
Yeah, he did. He does every single thing on the homework.
All 3 videos? Do you watch all 3, or which ones do you watch?
I watched the ones. So there's the 2 videos at the beginning that are supposed to go over the chapter,
Mhm.
and then there's the same dude that we always watch that he literally goes over every single
problem.
question on
That
The
blonde
homework.
guy,
Yeah.
redhead
that had
blonde
like
guy.
the gangster picture or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, that guy.
I usually don't watch his. I should watch them.
No,
That's
his are the most helpful. I
That's
feel
Really?
like,
one of the
because-
main things I watch.
because he works through like the problems, like the ones for the chapter, are like an overview.
He literally does the homework.
Hey,
for
this
you.
is Brother Cromar from the math
Yeah, that-
department.
His brother Cromar, and like ×2 is voice speed.
Yeah.
I do that for almost every video I watch though.
Yeah, ×2 is the only way to live. I wish I could do it for class, like live class.
My Excel spreadsheet class,
Okay.
×2.
Yeah.
Pause it real quick, ×2 again.
Okay, so this is just talking about independent, and independent doesn't mean they're not related. It just means that if you
That they're
know
not
one,
from
you
the
can't
same
know the other.
group or whatever.
They don't work with each like they don't
Yeah.
have to work
Well,
with each
so
other.
Yeah.
when he was talking about matched and paired, right? Something like that.
Yeah, paired is what we did
Yeah.
yesterday. It's
So
like,
paired is when they're from the same group.
well, it's like one affects the other, kind of.
Yeah.
This one, it's like
Well, he gave an example
They're
in the
compared, but they
homework
don't
as like even husband and wife would be considered paired.
Yeah, because if you're gonna do a test and you know the husband, then you know what the other one's gonna be.
Uh-huh.
But independent is like you know one, but you don't necessarily know the other. 'Cause
Yeah.
if you did, yeah, like I don't know.
And then also obviously if it's the same person, that's obviously paired.
This kind of looks like a unit review type of thing right here.
yeah.
Maybe it is because we have the exam next week.
Yeah. So sigma known. I still don't get why we don't know sigma sometimes, or why it's so hard to know
Also, I
sigma.
don't even get like half the things we learned after that last exam.
Yeah,
Like I don't get why we have to know some of it.
I'm sure it's all important, but
Is it?
no, I think it is, but I just don't.
Well, I
get
know-
it. I don't
I know
get how
it-
it all applies.
I know it'd be brought up. Yeah, I don't get how like what I'm gonna like what it's useful for. I guess.
Applicable later is what
Yeah.
we're talking about. Applicability to everyday life.
Who knows? Maybe in my future job, I'll be like, what is the standard deviation or the z-score?
Well,
Well,
standard
I could-
deviation is super
Sigma's
easy.
unknown. I'll be like, oh,
I could think of ways that this would be really useful. I just don't know how to directly like apply it into
I could think of ways that it'd be useful for somebody else to do it for me.
So this had degrees of freedom. It was basically just going through the problems. It was very similar to last chapter, except that we use the 2 now instead of the 1.
yeah.
Yes.
And it's a little bit different of a formula.
Here, I think I'm just gonna do some light reading.
So is there anything else we want to go over on that? Or
No, I'll just probably watch the video for the last 2.
Honestly, all it is, at least for the homework, was pretty much just plugging things in
Yeah.
to the templates. So I don't really
plugging
know.
it into which one again?
There were he
the
used
2
two or
samples?
It's the
3
2
different
sample
ones.
t-test.
Test, okay.
Yeah.
Everybody with the test.
All right, guys.
Okay, so should we try
Is
it?
it on like Donkey Kong? Oh, I got it. See, look, you just exit out of it. You can totally continue even if it's not meant to do that.
I'm sure it is meant to do that.
It's not, because some quizzes are where you're supposed to be able to pause it or whatever, and they have a different option to do that. But if they don't, if you just exit out and you haven't saved it or whatever, or if you so if you save it and then you just push exit on the browser, it'll automatically save it. It's a glitch, Bruce.
I completed the individual preparation yet. Dentist office bills.
What requirements must be checked when conducting a hypothesis test comparing two means with an independent numerical that apply? Oh, I feel like this is a review. A simple random sample was drawn for each population. The sample size must be the same for each group.
Well, it's still the simple random sample, isn't it? And you have to know that X bar is normally distributed for each group. I don't know why you'd need to know that the mu is greater than 0, or why the sample size must be the same for each group.
The test statistic.
What do you think? I think it's the first two.
Yeah. I know. Yeah, the other two don't make.
The test statistic for a hypothesis test comparing two means with independent samples is F statistic.
It's the t-score, right?
Yeah.
Because the z-score is what we learned prior.
Yeah, and who knows what the z-score is anymore.
The z-score is the zebra score. That's what it stands for.
The what?
The zebra score.
Knowing which subjects will be in group 1 determines which subjects will be in group 2.
Two samples are independent if.
It tells you nothing about what subjects will be in group 2. That's textbook. Dentist office bills.
Wait, which one did you put for 5?
And it's funny because they only have 2 columns of information on it, and they have 3 sheets.
Which one did you put for 5?
Like,
Bruce?
Which one?
5's the second one.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
What's the degrees of freedom? Oh, okay. I mean, that's easy.
Literally just plug it in.
Well, we don't even need to plug it in. It's
okay if you just download it. I'll
just 20.
Work off yours.
Yeah.
Everybody will be dancing. Yeah, it's so degrees of. Why is it saying it's 39? 30. Well, is it talking about all the? But why would it be 37 if there's 40? That seems like way too big of a calculation to calculate degrees of freedom. Look at that. Like, why are you raising it to the second?
I thought it was just the sample size
minus
or the
1
mean. Or no, the sample size, yeah, -1.
But I guess the sample size is 40.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
But this would be rounded up to 38. Well, I mean, 38 is the true sample size, but why?
It's -1 from each one.
Yeah, so maybe. But why would you do that?
I don't know. It just seems like that -2.
But obviously somebody that knew something did. Like, that is not the formula.
Wait, what's going on?
If F12 equals no, each one or each.
What?
It's raised to the second plus H18 raised to the second raised to the second divided by 1 divided by. Like, that's insane. But I mean, like, that's obviously not intentional. So I mean, if we're gonna trust this little sheet, we should trust this little answer.
I
also did notice though in the preparation work they did do the degrees of freedom decimal. They didn't round it.
I would trust that little answer.
Round to the nearest 3 decimal places. So it's obviously not 38. Well, I mean, I guess it could be 38, but I don't know why they would ask us to round it.
Because in the prep work, it was a decimal. It was like 40 something.
It was.
That's weird that they didn't teach us anything about this.
Oh well.
Chisel.
Who cares?
3.7. I do.
Sorry.
3.7.
Was it 0.986?
Do not have permission for this page. Wait, 996?
996.
I believe. Yeah.
What is the sample standard deviation for Rexburg?
Standard deviation, the sample standard for just one of these. So it's the second one. So over here is the Rexburg. And so then it's variable 2. So variable 2, the sample standard deviation is 206.637.
Sorry, I'm not like writing off you. I just don't really want to download the Excel file. I just hate it because then it pops up on all my recently opened, but I lose track which one's which.
Yeah, it's not a problem I face on Mac.
Oh.
Okay, I'm just kidding. What is the test statistic? Is negative 0.434. As long as
Which one's the test is? Oh, there it is. Negative 20.
Well, we should be careful about what's in here. Type of test. What is the type of test anyway?
It would be not equal to, right? No.
Performs a hypothesis to determine if the mean bill is less than the mean bill at Rexburg office, which means we have the null hypothesis that is equal, and so it really should be less than over here.
Mm.
And also with the confidence level be 0.9.
Is it 0.9? Why?
Is that based off significance or no?
No, I don't think it has anything to do with the significance. I just don't change it unless they tell us to change it.
Okay.
Yeah. So did that change any of our other answers?
No, I don't think it's going to change the degrees of freedom.
What about
and
not the sample
the
standard?
sample deviation. No, I didn't change that. I mean, I think the only thing you change is the p-value and the test statistic.
Okay, so
Negative
4.434. P-value.
It's 0.333.
Positive?
What is the correct decision based on the evidence? So
Reject the null. Just kidding. I don't know.
the p-value is 0.33.
Well, it's greater than
Yeah.
the null. So
Greater
you
than
fail to reject. the null.
Fail to reject. If it's less than, then it's reject the null.
Yeah. 8 of 18. 11 of 18. Wow, we're cruising. Okay. Suppose instead that you had used the alternative hypothesis, ha equals.
Ha equals you won.
So sample size 1 doesn't equal sample size 2. What is the correct decision based off of this evidence?
So we got to change it
Yeah.
to not equal to.
P-value is .666.
It would be the same
Isn't
then.
changing.
Fail to reject the null. Which, if we're failing to reject the null,
You have to read these carefully. These ones always get me when I'm doing my own quizzes.
yeah,
We have sufficient evidence that the mean dentist bills between the two cities are different. We have insufficient evidence that the mean distance. Okay, so what's the null?
Yeah,
the null
that's what-
hypothesis is that they're equal.
That they're equal.
So the null hypothesis is equal. So we failed to reject the null.
Mhm,
The alternative is the
So it means
So we have
insufficient evidence that we have insufficient
that they're
evidence-
different.
Yeah, that mean
Yeah.
bill between dentists are different. I would think, right?
I would agree.
Because if the null hypothesis is that they're equal and we can't disprove
can't.
that,
Then we have because what
Sufficient data
we're
that
not
they're-
trying to
oh, yeah,
prove
makes
that
sense.
they're equal. We're trying to
Yeah.
prove that they're not equal.
I hate the wording.
I know it's super confusing.
I love the wording.
What is the
It's
perfect?
like Shakespeare to me.
Bruce is always the outlier in our group.
I live for quizzes. I'm not married. So
What
yeah,
is
the
the-
gym this morning, the treadmill.
Oh, did you?
Just kidding, I wasn't on the treadmill. But I was at the gym.
I did get on the treadmill for a little bit.
I hate treadmills.
I don't really like them either. I don't run. I just do a lot of really steep inclines. I don't run at all. I hate running.
I love running.
If I do hit or whatever, I'll do something else like ropes or something. I hate running.
See, there's another outlier thing. So probably because I'm so small. It's like, yeah, I love running.
I love
It's
it.
so fun. Okay.
Not my choice. I would never run.
I had my choice, I'd never weightlift.
What kind of running do you do?
Just like long distance. So
So like cross country type stuff.
yeah, like marathon. Like I like long distances, but
Long.
I
I
did sprinting in high school, but I hate anything over like 2 laps.
Sprinting's a whole different thing. Like I try to do like the track team thing here. It's just like it's so different to like run like your hardest for like one lap
Yeah.
as opposed to just
And just like
the
keeping
slow
the
burn,
pace.
like
That's what I used to do. Sprints.
represents the mean times a month that a student from Colorado cooks dinner. Let
Cooks dinner. What?
U2 represent the mean.
So the alternative hypothesis would just be
It
not
wouldn't
equal to.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not equal to, so I should do this.
Yeah. And
Not
then
equal
it's
to.
asking what the statistic. I've never had problems saying that word until this freaking class. This class is called statistics, right?
Stun you in. The null hypothesis. Okay, what is the appropriate alternative hypothesis?
Yeah. It's
Not
not equal to.
Why?
I don't know.
Just cause.
That's what I feel in my heart. I'm pretty sure that's right.
This data represents the number of times freshman students cook. Let represent the mean number of times a student cooks dinner. You suspect that cook dinner for themselves a different number of times. Okay.
Yeah,
the key
that's
phrase.
why. Different number.
What is the statistic?
Statistic.
Is
Just
0.85 or
you
8.
put the new numbers in from the new sheet.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I believe.
I believe.
I think all love just listen to everything in my heart. That's all.
0.8545.
Yeah.
We're not doing anything, Sass. We're just looking at what he's doing.
What is the p-value?
But you know how to do it, right?
Oh,
Okay.
yeah. I mean, all it is
Point
just like plugging in.
0.411, I think. Yeah.
0.411.
I don't know why it
Yeah.
rounds everything to 3 decimal places except the p-value.
Wait. So you don't round to 3 decimal
No, you
places?
do,
you
but
would,
I just
yeah.
don't know why they did it.
Oh. What decision do you make? Okay. So if the p-value is higher than that, for sure, then we would fail to reject the null again, right?
Is it? It's higher than the confidence
Yeah,
level.
it's
Yeah,
a lot
so we
higher.
failed to reject the null. Seems like we do that a lot.
You always fail to reject.
Determine a 95%.
Prove me wrong.
For U1 minus U2.
So this is the part that I didn't do on the homework. So
Mm-hmm.
so
U1 minus U2. That sounds like the last unit, doesn't it? Like the difference of means? Because that's the
Well-
difference of means right there, isn't it? But I mean, they're independent. Apparently. Or are they independent?
I don't know because
Yeah, because the people from Utah don't necessarily predict that you're going to pick people from Colorado.
They are
So
independent.
they are independent. But determine a 95% confidence interval for U1 minus U2 and estimate the difference between U1 and U2 and put your answer below. So what's the difference with that then? If I subtract U1 from U2. Well, it's not a U, it's U1. U2.
It's just the mean, right?
So you're taking the difference of means. Should ring a bell. An estimate difference between U1
Well,
and U2.
go to the template or whatever.
Or do we just keep going with this?
Yeah, I think so. But let's see. So here's the means. So what's the difference? I don't really know.
Well, 1.467 is the difference.
1.467 is the difference. Maybe we need to pull up the chapter.
No. Okay.
We will not.
That's the wrong answer. Difference of means.
And then the confidence interval is here.
Yeah, so if we had the difference of means, right? Not just throwing out a vocabulary word.
And we just do the, I think maybe we use a different template, like a different one.
Well, I mean, we could use this one, the paired sample t-test, because that's taking the differences between the
Well,
one
maybe
and the
that's what
two.
we need to do.
But that's for paired samples.
And they're not paired. They're
Yeah.
independent.
Yeah, like at least in my opinion, because
They aren't
because you know Utah, you
interrelated.
don't know that
Yeah.
Colorado's the other option. But they are kind of pairing it. I mean, like I just don't know any other way than you would if you're going to take the difference between the
It
two
would
right
just
next to
be-
each other.
Yeah.
Is there a way that they'd be paired?
I mean, does that give us a margin of error though? Taking
Well,
is that the margin of error?
the margin of error is the difference between the confidence level and the mean.
But we were trying to find.
Because
Yeah, the margin of error.
Margin of error. Like, because margin of error should always be
So
exactly the
what
same.
would maybe if we just subtracted those and then subtracted those and then subtracted them?
Yeah, like we could get the margin of error if we're doing it right, you know, because it sounds like they're being compared against each other and getting the difference. So if you're getting the difference, it has to be a paired thing, because
Otherwise, it wouldn't make sense.
because you're taking one value against the other value and you're subtracting it.
Yeah.
So I mean, if we're looking for the difference, we should use this one. And
Use
then
the first mean minus the second mean.
yeah, so we should just copy the data into here. Even though I don't think that they're paired, but I guess like
Well,
I
guess to
just
find
don't
the
see any other
difference,
way. Yeah.
To find the difference, you'd kind of have to do that.
Okay.
But the weird part is they're not related though.
No, actually, this is what we do because I remember him.
Doing
You
this?
did put this in on the preparation work. You did put it in this one
Okay.
to figure out some of the answers.
But isn't that weird though? That like why would you take 20 minus this 13 though? Because there's no relationship
That's-
between
I
the
don't
two.
know because they did it with the wages on the preparation with the male and female wages.
But I guess you get like an absolute difference if you subtract them all. But like this really should be 14 minus 0 or it shouldn't
Yeah.
exist. But I guess that's I'm sure there. If it is blank, then you do this. I guess that's the nice part about Excel is you can see where all the logic is. But yeah, so I mean, like we should try this. I think because
Yeah, I can't think of anything.
I definitely think this is the way to
So
do it
then this would be
because
the difference would be 2.
Well, is okay. So the type of test is
Is it? It's equal to and not equal to. Remember, that's what we
well,
did
it's
decide.
not going to affect the margin of error though, really.
Yeah, but maybe it would affect the
Not
upper
equal
and
to.
lower bound. I don't know.
No, the only thing that it affects is the test score,
Okay,
or
well,
the p-value.
oh well, whatever. Okay, so if the mean difference is 2,
So yeah, this is it right here.
3.69.
3.69.
what did that come from? The difference
Cool.
between the two intervals
Yeah,
these
because
two.
you take the mean,
minus the first interval.
yeah, and then
It's the same
Oh,
number.
That makes sense.
so if
Okay.
so if it's the same number, then
So how far away the
3.694.
mean is from each interval.
Yeah, then that's the
Okay,
margin of
that
error.
makes sense.
So 3.694.
And then we got the lower bound and the upper bound, and then we're done.
Maybe
What do you mean? Maybe that's what.
we could always get it wrong.
No, you're getting it all right, Bruce.
I know. I'm surprised how often we get it right.
I know, but especially because we don't feel like we know what we're doing. So what did you get?
Well, the lower bound is negative 1.694. 5.694 is the other one.
And all you're doing for that 5 is what? How are you getting the lower and the upper?
It's just right here.
Oh,
I mean, if you want to
it's
really
just the
know.
the confidence
Yeah,
intervals.
if you really want to know, it's
All right.
10V?
equals-
I've never seen that function. 10V.
Okay, it's on.
100%. Just kidding.
Here it is. Here it is. Here it is.
Oh, no.
We got 100%. Nope, 84.
That's good.
Good enough. So we
Well-
didn't get the input. We didn't get the
So-
last 3 right at all.
the last 3.
Yeah. The ones we just did, we got them wrong.
Yeah.
And
And
apparently we got the
bonus.
test statistic wrong too.
What number is that one?
Number 13.
Well,
Good enough? No.
Celestial Kingdom.
Technically, you get to live with the Holy Ghost.
Did we actually go back to your Excel spreadsheet?
Oh, Excel spreadsheet.
Did we have to change any of that information up there to get the T-score? Because that's a different number than what we just had.
Oh,
So
This
maybe we,
T-score?
yeah,
Yeah,
because we
because-
changed this to not equal to,
so
and
we
then our
changed it
T-score
after the
changed.
fact that we entered this in.
But we don't, I mean, that's for this problem right here.
Oh, are those different problems?
Yeah, they're different
Oh,
problems.
never mind.
Wait, are they different problems?
They
Yeah.
actually, it doesn't look like it. They go off
No,
the same information.
It's the same information.
Yeah.
It's not different problem.
The same problem.
Yeah, so the T-score would
Well,
be.
but it's a different input though over here. So
Is
like
it?
I was using the 2 sample tests or whatever for the first one.
That's right. Okay.
So I mean, maybe we should have kept going on with that or what? I don't know.
We have no
Ooh.
idea.
I guess we could just do it on this sheet and then figure out. We don't really need the difference column in the other one. So
Yeah,
just
we
figure
could
it
just-
out on our own
We could make a difference.
and see if that actually gives us different numbers.
Well, is it really asking us for the difference though, or what is it asking us?
I don't know. Maybe we should look up the chapter.
Because like, yeah, I don't even get what it's asking us really. It's like, why are you subtracting these two different from each other if they're independent? Because they're obviously independent because the rest of the problem's independent. So if they're independent, you shouldn't be treating them as a paired. And then if they're not paired, you shouldn't be using the sheet that's for paired, you know?
Yeah, I agree. Time to go to the chapter.
You think
Or-
you think that's enough of the broadcast? I guess it's